Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back, and today we're going to be doing our final fit through of this gorgeous journal, The Owls and Fairies. She's a real chunky journal now, but because she's got a soft cover, it just feels really manageable in the hands. It hasn't got kind of out of control. It doesn't feel too out of control anyway. So I think sometimes if you have a hard cover, it just kind of gapes. And you get that sort of gator mouth effect. But I like a soft cover because then you don't really get that so much, because it will all squidge in when you wrap it up. And I've just wrapped it up in some of this lovely ivory sari silk just to keep it all together. So I hope you're all well. We're very well. We're back from our lovely trip to Scotland, where we stayed in Inverness for a week. And as I may not talk about it too much in this video, because this is all about just flipping through this journal. But just to say, we had a lovely week. We did lots of things. It's beautiful up there, and we were so lucky with the weather. Most mornings we woke up to some sunshine pouring through our bedroom window. It may not have been, it wasn't hot or anything, but it also, by the same token, as we were quite further north in Scotland than I expected to be, because my geography is rubbish, we weren't nearly as cold as I thought we were going to be either. It was quite pleasant most of the time, warm things, but I can't say I was ever feeling too cold. And it was very mild at the end of the week. So yeah, we were very lucky. We did lots of exploring and visiting some lovely places. I even went to the cinema because we had a wet afternoon on the Thursday, and ended up going to see Downton Abbey, the film, which I don't know when it came out, but they had it showing in a lovely local cinema. So Richard went for a walk in the rain and I went to the pictures, and it was really good. Really enjoyed it. Anyway, so it was a lovely week. My toe was still giving me a bit of grief. I just started the day taking a couple of paracetamol every day, and that just took the edge off so that I could still walk around. I mean, I'm not a great walker at the best of times anyway, so it's kind of same old really as far as I'm concerned. It's just I had this extra niggle of my foot, which was, it was okay. I managed to kind of do everything we wanted to do, working with it. So that was that. It was great. And I think the only sad bit was that the day of the marathon that Richard was supposed to be running was a beautiful day. Not that that was a bad thing, but it made it even harder for him not to be running. He would have, he just struggled that day. He really wanted to be running with everybody else. There were thousands of people doing the marathon, and he wanted to be there so much. And he couldn't do it. He knew he couldn't do it, but it really hurt. So, but apart from that, I think we both really enjoyed it. So I'll continue with just giving you a look through this book. I did some finishing touches. I made some more bits and pieces after the last video just to finish it off. And then that'll be the end of it. I have already packed away all the papers and fabrics and all the trims and all the bits. I've done all that, packed it all away. It's just the journal to find a home for now. Unless anybody feels like they'd like to purchase it, but that's not something I'm too worried about. If nobody's interested, I'll certainly quite happy to keep it. So, as you can see, lovely cover with me owl, with a little fairy and me owl, just to set the tone for the whole thing. Let's go having a look through. So in this side pocket that I made with did that lovely snippet. If you remember, there's a video on that and how I made this lovely snippet, which appears throughout the journal. I've still got a chunk left, which I'm hanging on to. Got this little package of papers that could be used for doing a bit of extra decoration in here, I guess. I just popped that in here. I've had that in a little while. That was a Roxy's Weekly Challenge piece. There are quite a few Roxy's Weekly Challenge pieces in this, things that I've done some time ago, which suddenly found a home. And the kits I've been using for this journal are the Medieval Mirage, In the Company of Owls and Raptors, and I've concentrated on all the owl papers for this. I think at some point I'm going to do a raptor journal, just because I've got so many papers left. But I'll give it a break, have a little break before I go back to doing something like that. And maybe do something like that next year. And then the other kit, which is I've used to back this one, but also for this tag here. This is the Fae kit by Crafty Cat USA, and I love the two kits together. I think they work really well. And I've got bits of Florentine paper here and there, and anything else I could find that went with it. Little tag in that pocket. And this is another pocket. I think this was a Roxy's Weekly Challenge piece as well. So I always still keep an eye on the Roxy's Weekly Challenge, and if she does anything I think will work with what I'm doing, I will do it, because I love her. I love her channel, and I love getting inspiration from her challenges. So this one, I think this is a piece of jelly print piece, which I added some stamping to. I did a little taggy bit here and an owl, and then we've got a nice journal card in here. I've just added a fairy. This is a piece of Edith Holden paper, and I've just added this fairy to it because I thought he went rather well with the background. Another piece of the snippet roll. And there's a nice journal card. There's the Fae kit in the background. So it's a real combination of the two kits, which I really love to do, as you probably know if you've watched my channel for any length of time. Here's a little cluster that can be removed. I just thought that just went beautifully there. Tag in here, kept it simple. Sometimes it's not a good idea to over embellish things, because otherwise the journal just gets too chunky. There's a little pocket with an added fairy to it, and I think I added this mushroom as well. Did I add the number? Yes, I did. Number was added to the door as well. Sometimes I can't remember what I did. So, and we've got some ledger paper here, and I've got this pocket, another Roxy's Weekly Challenge pocket, and a nice little journal card to go in the pocket, and then I've got another one here, just behind, just tucked in there. Journal card I did here. This was using a piece of, I did this from my to-do box, using an old piece of a tissue box. You can see the aperture that looks like a frame. That was the top of the tissue box, and I thought that worked rather well. I'm really pleased with that one, actually. It's one of my faves. And then we have another pocket here with this journal card. Some have been sewn around, some have not. I didn't always have time to sew around everything. This is a flip out page, and in here we've just got a bit of decoration at the bottom, and then a pocket kind of halfway up with a couple of tags in, one from each kit. That opens up this way, and then we have another pocket here with this journal card. And this pocket, which is with built-in tab, Roxy Creation idea, of course. And this is a stamped piece of fabric with an owl stamp and a bit of stenciling to add a little bit of colour. Just backed onto a piece of, I think it's a piece of file folder to give it a bit of strength. And that's the journal card. And, ooh, what happened here? I should have something for here. Something, I thought I'd made something for in here. Oh, well, I'll have to search for that, won't I? Because I thought I'd done something for here, and now it's not there. Or maybe I just forgot. But anyway, that's a side pocket with nothing in it. I should have checked. I haven't looked at this journal for a little while. I don't know quite what happened there. Maybe I had an idea and I just didn't get around to doing it. So I've got this journal card here. This may have been one I made with, looks like one I made with my masterboard. I don't think you will have seen this one, because I had to make some more things from the masterboard, which I said I would do off camera. So this is one of them. Okay, that's gone in there. little journaling piece with some extra journaling space on the back from the Medieval Mirage kit. And that just pops into this little pocket here. And then we've got this. I made this pocket. It's just a piece from another page. I popped over the top of one because this had one of the raptors on it, which I didn't think would go on this journal. And then I popped in a little tag from the Fae kit in there. So that's the first signature. Second signature. And here's my belly band, piece of the snippet. Nice big journal card to go behind. This bit of lace just got caught there. There we are. And we've got here one of these little journal cards from the Medieval Mirage kit, which I've just backed, tucked into this pocket. This is some Florentine paper, which I thought went lovely on this page, and then I've added a coordinating little fairy up here just to decorate the page. And then we have, this is another one of those pieces from Roxy's Weekly Challenge when she was using, I think, some ephemera papers and then making kind of pockets on the other side. So this is a belly band, and I've done this big journal card to go in there. And then we've got this flip out pocket. So we've got journaling space here, and then in this pocket here we've got a lovely big journal card. That's backed with some paper from the Fae kit as well. Just got to try and make sure I get it in the right spot. There we go. It goes in like that. Okay. Then on this page we have this lovely little postcard I've made into a pocket, and then we have this matchbook, which I made a long while ago. Can't even remember when I made it. It's got a little notepad inside. You ought to make some more of those. I really like it. No idea when I made it, but I think that works really nicely, and I need to make some more. If only I could remember how to do it. I'm sure it's easy to work out, I'm sure. And so I think this hadn't been finished, so this is my envelope that's gone into this pocket. And I did finally make my waxed seal, a few wax seals for my new little owl punch seal thing. What do you call it? The wax seal punch. If you can see it, it's a very sweet little owl there. So I've made that. And then inside, just a postcard, backed and ready to use. But I just did that decorative. I haven't sealed it or anything, but I think it just holds it down because it's got a bit of weight to it. So that goes behind this pocket. And then there's also another pocket in there as well. So you can see there's a little divot there. So that's a nice little card from the Fae kit, and that just pops in there. Okay, so that's that. Really like that page. Just a piece of nice folded paper from the owl kit, and some writing space. Just thought that looked really just like that popped in there. Okay, and then the middle. Don't put anything in the middles. Then into this pocket we've got this journal card, which has been backed on some straw paper, so it's not too thick. And another little journal card of the fairy tree popped in there. In this side pocket we have this journal card with a stamped piece of fabric just as in the middle. It doesn't need an awful lot because it's a lovely piece of paper anyway. A bit lumpy bumps on the back, unfortunately. So be it. And then the other half of this piece, which had the belly band, I've got another journal card or tag in there. It's a nice bit of fabric that just coordinates with the colours. And in this pocket we have this one here. Just took a piece of the paper from the fake kit and then I added a couple of embellishments from the owl department. It's gone in there, backed onto some green straw paper this time. And then in this pocket, which is one of the fake it pockets, we have this, the second pocket I made as a second sort of little extra tuck, which is the matching pocket just in a smaller size. So I've just tucked a couple of little pieces in there. And then behind the main pocket I've made this journal card with a couple of vellum stickers on it with some mushrooms. And that was the second signature. Now we're on the final signature. So we have this piece here which flips out. So I've got a writing space on here, got a little tag in here, and then there's a pocket here with this tag, and I've got a little tuck spot here with another little piece that you can write on just tucked in behind. And then behind the whole thing I've got another journal card from the owl kit. So a real mixture of owls and fairies on this page. Got a bit of everything going on, and I think it all works together really well. So then on this side we had this little tuck, and I popped this little tag in here. And then we have another pocket from the fake kit with a stamped owl on here, on this journal, on this tag. I'm just going to have him looking out over the top. I like that. I used a lot of my jelly prints in this journal. Some Edith Holden. She goes really well. So in here I've got my flip down pocket that I made, I think it's from my idea box a while ago, and for this journal, of course, I had this journal in mind. So I've got a couple of things in each pocket. They're all coordinated. It's almost difficult to see, but I think these small things worked very well in this. A couple of little pieces in there, like that. Then in this one, another couple. This time I've got a fairy and a mushroom in this pocket. Oh, nearly lost my mushroom down in the pocket. It's down there somewhere. There it is. There it comes. There we are. And then, so I'll move my book up. And this small little, another little pocket at the bottom here, I managed to squeeze 3 pieces in. So I've got this bigger one at the back, and these 2 as well. These are all from the fake kit. Pop those back in there. Okay, and then it all just folds up. Let's bring the book back down again. Folds up, and I've got this on a magnet closure, so it just pops closed. I glued it on here as a belly band, so then I've tucked in behind some straw paper, just some extra journaling space that just folds out. I just thought the colour of it just really made the rest of it pop against the background, and I really like how that's just gone together in there. I think that works really well. I'll get it back in. So that's just gone in there. Another little journal card in this one, all coordinating with the colours. And then this is a side tuck. Again, this is another Roxy's Weekly Challenge. I made one for each signature. So one has got the corner pocket, if you remember, with the corner cut across. One has got the the horizontal belly band, and this has got this one has the side tuck here. and in that one I think this is a piece from my masterboard that I did. So you may not have seen this one. So just pop that in there. And here is another flippy outy thing. So there's a pocket here, and there's a journal card, small journal card gone in there, a bigger journal card at the back. I believe this might also have been a Roxy's Weekly Challenge from quite a long time ago, I think, but she had a fairy on, so she's gone in. And then this flips open. It can all be written on. It's quite pale, and this is a Roxy Creations paper, which I have used on the other flip out. I just think she had a couple with owls on, so I had to use them. And then this has got a little corner pocket, or sort of little pocket there. And this is, I think, this could be a piece. I think this is possibly from the masterboard, so you may not have seen that one. So that's that piece there. A bit of sari silk across the bottom. And that tucks right in there. So that's that piece. And then we can turn the page. And we have the single corner pocket that I decided to use on this middle page. And it's got this little journal card and a little flippy pad. That's gone in there. And it has a sort of balance with having a little cluster up the top there. I've sort of balanced it out a bit so it didn't look too bare on this side. Then the final piece of the snippet roll is this belly band here, and I've got this big card. I think this is some scrapbook paper I made into a card. Roxy's Weekly Challenge again, one of her pieces. So there's writing space on the back. The other side of this pocket, and another piece from the excuse me, I think this could be, I can't remember, it could be a piece of the masterboard again. I think it might be. So I've made into another journal card and tucked her in there, so she just pokes out from there, looking out the side. And then we have a pocket here, a couple of journal cards or tags gone into this one. And then this is an envelope pocket. So got something tucked in behind, a little journal card there. And get it back in. That's it. And then in the pocket itself should be something. I can't quite get hold of it. Perhaps I need to put a topper on it. Oh, I see. It's all of a piece. That was supposed to go in there. Forgotten about it. Forgotten what it was. Yeah. So that piece is in there. There's a piece of acetate. That goes in there, and then the whole thing goes in here. So maybe I need to have it sticking out a bit more so I get hold of the whole thing. So that's that. And then I think that's the last thing. There we are. Right to the end. I haven't got any pockets on the back. I think it's got enough pockets. I don't know quite what I intended to do with that side pocket that I seem to have forgotten to fill. Where is it? Can't even find it now. Quite near the beginning, I think. Where is she? There she is. So yeah, I haven't got anything in there. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put in there at the moment. I should probably just slip some more paper in because I think it's got quite enough writing space. and I'll just put a piece of paper in there. So, new issue. I love this. I think I think I just got so involved in doing this, I completely forgot about this bit. Or I think I had something in here, I took it out and forgot to put something in to replace it. I'm not sure. But actually I think I like it just as it is anyway. So I'm not going to worry about it. So that's my Owl and Fairy journal. I have loved making this journal. I love everything about it. I love all the fabrics and the colours and I just love it. And I'm just going to enjoy having it on my shelf. Pick all the little bits of thread off and things. So I'll wrap it back up with my sari silk, and that will be that. So I will, excuse me, I should be back, I hope, on Friday. I haven't got a great deal of time to film, but I want to also do the same with the Literary Ladies Journal, because that's pretty much finished as well. I've got a few finishing touches I want to do, and then I think we'll be doing a flip through of that one as well. And then it'll be just the Autumn Journal will be left to finish, and I shall start working on Christmas. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do, but eventually I'll have to figure it out. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this journal. I have loved it. One of my favourites, I think. And I will see you very soon. Bye for now.